Hey Clashers, I did it! Rank 1 secured in one of the most competitive seasons in Legends ever, with so many pros pushing. Obviously stars dominating the top 10 as always, but then we have one of the accounts of Rikira's, Darkstar, Rikira's main account, Jesus, we have Yo-Yo, we have Yatta, we have Banal, we have Fluxy. So many of those top players were pushing this season, and somehow I made it all the way to rank 1. I'm super proud of that, and what I'm even more proud of is this profile with a double rank 1 finish. Rank 1 in Builder Base, rank 1 in Home Village. This is not that common globally. There's not many accounts who have a double rank 1, so I'm super proud of that. In this video though, I will share everything behind the scenes. How much money did I make? How does High Legend work? Which bases did I use? I will share every single base I used, and that is going to be a lot of bases for you guys. But let's start things off with the money and how all of that went down. And when we're talking about money, I think we have to start in the beginning. Where's the money coming from? Why is there even money involved in like a mobile game like Clash of Clans? And obviously, how much money do we talk about? For that, I think we have to start in the beginning. First off, why do people spend money in this game? Well, they want to promote their brand, their name in some way. And this can be easily done with those top ranks, because there's two ways of doing so. First off, the obvious thing is the clan ranking. If you're really high up in the clan ranking, more people see the name of the clan, maybe read the description, and you can promote a certain message. On top of that, when you watch the highest players in the world, not only their name is displayed in the ranking, but on top of that as well, the clan name is displayed there as well. This combination makes it then worth it for them to just spend the money to first off promote their name, their message, their clan, whatever their goal might be in the end. But this is kind of the reasoning most of the time for those people who are spending all of the money to make sure that all of this is happening. At the same time, there's overall two common deals, let's put it that way, which are done high up on Legends. The first one is the stay deal. This deal is normally working from the beginning of the season until the last day of the season. Which means, as a player, if you're agreeing to one of those stay deals, you have to stay inside that clan for the entire time where the stay deal is going on. Obviously, you can leave from time to time if you have events, tournaments, stuff like that, but your main time has to be spent in that clan. And for that, you're getting paid, because with your trophies, with your name, you're promoting the clan, and this is then kind of the reward of the person who is owning that clan, which is the money. The other option is the end of season deal, which means when you're in the end of season deal, you're joining a clan at the end of the season, at the last day, to promote them with your trophies and your name and everything, this one specific clan, which is then even saved within the clan ranking. So as higher as you are, you get more money, which is kind of obvious at this point. But how much money did I make overall, and who did I team up with during the season? The first thing which I had was the stay deal. I did that with the Project X clan and with Red Ranger there. Super nice guy, and overall, I mean, let me explain what exactly the amount was. So overall, they tried to get as many top players, but at the same time, a lot of celebrities into their clan. Celebrities inside Clash of Clans, for example, Stars being an obvious one, Klaus as well, but I was counted into this group of players as well. So for me, overall, it was $350 for each account, which means 3 accounts, over $1,050 for all 3 accounts together, which is overall a lot of freaking money. That's a lot of money. And that was then the stay deal. On top of that, for the last day of the season, I visited another clan, Roller, and I got, for this one day for all 3 accounts, $60, which was another nice thing then for me. But this was not the end of season deal just yet. For that, I overall, you saw it in the rankings, I teamed up with Team Shaquille. And just for the end of season deal then, I got overall $700, which is as well quite a nice thing to have. If you combine all of that now together, which is $1,050 plus 60 plus the 700, it's overall $1,810 just for this one push of the season, which is a lot of money just for pushing. And I mean, I would have done it for content anyways, but overall I want to be as transparent and kind of explain how much money is coming from where. As well, because I always do that in those videos, because I kind of like to give you guys, as I said, as much transparency as possible. The project is kind of obviously already paid everything like from the money. Then we had the 1-day deal with LL Roller, which should be paid pretty soon as well. Since I'm in contact with that person, I don't think that there should be any problems. The same thing for the end of season deal. Obviously within 1 week, if there might be any problems or like delay or whatever has happening, I will keep you up to date. But so far, I'm really happy with everything going on there. But with that, we have kind of discussed now how much money did I make, where is it coming from, and what exactly is going on there. Now the next thing we should talk about are the bases and how my defense overall did over the season. Defense is a really good topic because I want to quickly talk about the legend bots in general. Because I was accused a lot by, for example, different people for win trading, for example. And I take those things kind of quite serious. And I was trying to find out why and where did those accusations come from. And then I found out that one of the bots actually were showcasing completely wrong stats from my defense. So for example, you can see right here the difference between on the left side what the bot said, on the right side what the reality was, because I wanted to know for myself what is my average on offense and defense looking like and which bases work well and which bases do not work well. This is why I always track my own stats over the entire season. And you can see there is a clear difference. Sometimes they're the same, sometimes there are some differences, but especially around the day 19 and then for like 1 week, the defense looks really, really weird in that bot. But at this point, I want to really highlight that this is not the fault of the bot itself. It's more like how the bot and the game are communicating. Because right now you would just wonder, okay, the bot is just reading the battle log of the player and everything is fine, right? Well, sadly, this is not how it works. This would be amazing if this could work overall in the future, and I really hope that maybe Supercell is going to work there on their connection to overall third parties like this Legend League bot. But right now how it works is that the Legend bot is tracking the account and is checking for every couple of minutes. Right now I think it's like every 3 minutes how the trophies have changed on that specific account. For that, this is kind of like a problem, to be honest, because the problem here lies in what happens if multiple things happen at the same time. I think you all had like at one point that you were attacking a player and got a defense at the same time, or even get multiple attacks and defenses at the same time all together. At this point, the bot has no clue what is going on and has to somehow just showcase the stats which he is seeing. So for example, what he sees, well, there is maybe an attack less or something and it's still the same trophies. What is going on here? I have no clue. Like, I would just showcase that. And this is obviously then resulting in wrong numbers overall. And this can happen quite often. And this is why I really make sure that you're not always believing those legend bots, because of the way how they're communicating with the game. A lot of times those numbers are wrong. Overall, I'm really happy that those legend bots exist, because I think they're really cool to overall understand how this entire legend system works and stuff like that. I really, really appreciate the people who are putting the time in there. But overall, people and everyone out there, do not, and that's really important, believe those bots too much to accuse someone. Me, I don't know, Stars, whoever, it does not matter, but it is always a bit awkward, especially if you're that far wrong of the reality. That's just my 2 cents right there. But now I think we should jump into the bases, because I feel like everyone wants to know and see which bases were from me, because I can promise you at least one of this entire list you have attacked over the season, because overall it's 22 bases. So let's get into it. And at the beginning of the season, I tried to burn myself out, not too much. With that, I mainly just copied some other bases, tweaked them a little bit, and it worked pretty decent. On top of that, what I tried to achieve with this is to convince all of those people who were stealing bases and selling them on their own YouTube channel that I'm not really building bases this season. Well, the plan did not work. Bases from me were still hunted down and were shared everywhere. So the plan didn't work, so I thought, well, when the plan does not work, then I just might build everything by myself and try to defend as good as possible. That's exactly what I did, but I feel like for that I have to give a huge shout out as well to the, well, team of players who are supporting me with base tests, with, I mean, overall giving feedback to the bases and everything going on. For that, a huge shout out, and I want to read the names so I'm not missing anyone, because it's really important for me that everyone gets this shout out. It's Moyoka, it's Temper, it's Reen, it's Alex, it's Dr. Jonas, and it's Dawe. And then for the last week of the season, I joined up with Flaxy, with Ninja, and with Darkstar, and all of them helped me build the bases, tweak the bases, and get the job done. So overall, really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you overall for all the support from you guys. It was a huge help for my push in general. But as well, a lot of bases, you might find them in this video because I've built a lot of bases and they were everywhere. The Poison Ring base at some point I think got really popular. And was one of the bases which first works incredibly well with a lot of different strategies. People were slowly catching up on how to beat the different approaches, but overall the Poison Tower seemed to work the best. One of the main reasons for that is because those toxic ring bases with just the Rage Towers, which worked well in the beginning, were completely overshadowed by the King bug, which just took over. This is why people then use the Poison Towers to slow down the King to give him less value. This is why I truly believe as well that as soon as that bug is going to be fixed, Rage Tower bases are going to be everywhere again, because stacking them up is not going to be as, well, devastating as it was before. But I kept just building those Poison Tower ring bases because they were working really great for me in general, and that's why I just kept going with them and tried to build as many of them as possible. And even some of them were defending really well for some of my friends who started pushing later. And even from like 5,000 to 6,000 trophies, most of them had like never really many days like above 200 trophies minus on defense. So yes, you can still defend really well, as long as you maybe not like in the top Legend League. But defending is for sure still a thing, especially the defense, or like the strategy I like to defend the most, and I think it's the easiest to defend by far, are the Super Archer Blimps. Like every single day I remember I was sitting with a group of players, which I just mentioned on voice, and we're like praying to somehow get some Super Archer Blimp defenses, because this always meant, okay, it's another free defense. Unfortunately, in the end, not that many people were playing that, because people caught up slowly, because Super Archer Blimp is having some rough days at the moment. But as well, then I saw with some other players that box spaces seem to work really well for them. So I started building box spaces, and a ton of them. But I have to admit, box spaces didn't work that great for me overall in this season. They defended okay around the 260 to 280 mark, where I would arguably say everything below 260 is a great base. 260 to 280 to me was okay, that's like average, what I'm looking for, I guess. And everything above 280, then I would replace the base eventually or tweak some traps. This is kind of how I approach this season with the stats in general. I know a lot of people are saying out there that they have every single day minus 300 or something. But then again, like, just start building and maybe tweak your bases and don't use the most common bases out there and probably really bad traps. So you really have to make sure that everything is set up and that you can get this success then with the defense, because remember, Clash of Clans is not only about attacking, it's about defending as well, and there is for sure some ways of doing so in Legends in general and get really decent defensive scores. But, well, that were overall all of my bases. It's 2 more bases to go, but at this one I want to already say a huge thank you to everyone who watched this video, to everyone who cheered me on during the entire push season. Really was helping me a ton with the motivation going, with everything, and just keeping every single motivation somehow in my body, because there were moments where I was just like, oh no, I just have to stop, I just have to give up, or like whatever. It was sometimes really painful, but huge thank you to everyone out there motivating me to keep going, keep grinding, keep chasing my goal for this entire year in Clash of Clans, because finishing first was one of my big goals inside the game, inside Clash of Clans for this year, 2024. And, well, maybe I was able to motivate some people to push as well, give it their all, give it their best. And, well, thank you. Thank you for everything. And I will see you guys back tomorrow with another Clash video. Until then, see ya, and bye-bye.